Over the past several years, Disney has made it crystal clear to the customer that the brand that used to represent family entertainment is dead. They care far more about pushing their agenda than they do about actually entertaining their audience and actually giving families something that they can trust. And as a result, we've seen a massive downward spiral for Disney. Disappointments at the box office, fighting with the state of Florida, their stock dropping nearly 50% in 2022, and of course, losing billions of dollars on the streaming platform Disney Plus, along with bleeding subscribers. And through it all, they've tried to spin everything, along with the mainstream media. They've tried to pretend like what's going on here in the state of Florida, it's just me and Governor DeSantis and poor Disney, they're having to deal with it. Well, once again, news gets put out from Disney that the media tried to spin, but unfortunately for them, it backfired in a massive, massive way. Walt Disney Company cancels relocation of thousands of California workers to Orlando's Lake Nona. Yes, that's the headline, that Disney, in the ongoing fight with the state of Florida, they canceled the relocation of thousands of jobs and potentially $1 billion worth of investment in Florida. That's all the fault of this war with Disney. How could Ron DeSantis do this? It's all his fault. Well, when you really look into it, this is just another case of Disney desperately trying to save money and trying to spin it in their favor. Disney cancels $1 billion Florida project, keeps future Disney World investment. And as soon as you saw this headline out there, you saw all the woke media, you saw all the mainstream media parrot the same exact talking points that, look what Governor Ron DeSantis went to war with Disney, and now they're hurting him. They're hurting people in the state of Florida because of it. It's so fucking laughable, because when you actually look into this, this thing was never getting off the ground. Disney was ready to pull the plug on this thing months and months and months ago, before these lawsuits, before all of this. But Bob Iger wanted to try to frame it as punishment for Florida, when in reality, this is the result of a company that is bleeding right now and is desperate to save money in every way they can. They're cutting costs all across the board. The Walt Disney Company has revoked a $1 billion plan to establish a new office complex in Orlando. It would reportedly have brought more than 2,000 jobs to the Orlando area situated close to Walt Disney World. You remember this? When they decided that they were going to close one of their offices in California, relocate everyone to Florida, what did a lot of those California employees say? We don't want to go to Florida. They won't let us trans our kids there. The vast majority of the employees that lived in California did not want to go. And that's one of the hurdles. That's one of the reasons that this was never going to get off the ground. And you can even see, this is back in November. People were speculating that it wouldn't happen. It was unpopular. The employees didn't want to go. It was going to cost a fuck ton of money. And it wasn't probably going to happen until around 2026. Yet everybody in the mainstream media tried to cheer this on as some sort of win for Disney over the state of Florida. Well, you can see how Florida responded. DeSantis' office responded, saying the possibility of the project was brought up 2 years ago and nothing ever came of it. The state was unsure whether it would come to fruition. Given the company's financial straits, falling market cap, and declining stock price, it's unsurprising they would restructure their business operations and cancel unsuccessful ventures. And yeah, it's true. You look at the stock price for Disney, fell 44% in 2022, their worst year in half a century. You look at what's going on in Disney Plus right now. Not only are they losing hundreds of millions of dollars to billions of dollars each and every quarter, but they're bleeding subscribers. 4 million subscribers gone. As a result, they're moving a bunch of things. They're removing a bunch of content. Just happened the other day in an effort to save money. What else do we have? That's right, the Disney bloodbath. They're in the middle of laying off thousands and thousands of employees. They're on a hiring freeze. Yet you're trying to pretend like this wasn't actually just another cost-cutting measure, that this is actually punishment for the state of Florida, when in reality, Disney still has $17 billion in planned upcoming Disney World projects. It's a fucking joke. It's laughable. And it's an effort from the mainstream media and from Disney to continue to pretend like everything is fine. Nothing is their fault. They're not the ones who have driven customers away. Blame the state of Florida. Well, Disney's the one that decided to go to war with the state of Florida. They are now the ones that are being held to the same exact standard as everyone else. Disney no longer has the illegal ability to govern themselves. That's all we're talking about. And they can't handle it. We've seen their stock price drop again after the quarterly earnings report, after all these failures. Disney is in a sad, pathetic state. They're trying to use the mainstream media to spin it, but the reality is Disney's trying to cut cost everywhere because they know this isn't sustainable. They have destroyed their brand. They've destroyed their image in the eyes of so many of their customers when they decided that identity politics and woke agenda were more important than entertaining people and providing family-friendly content. That's the bottom line. That's why they are failing, but they will never admit that. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.